going to kick this off, I want to say that as we enter the last 30 hours of this campaign, we're not letting up for a single minute. Each of you are going to make sure we get across the finish line. Diane Denish. It's very simple, and I want to start out by saying that Democrats have come together in every one of our 33 counties, and there's not been a better Democrat coming together in this campaign than Senator Jerry Ortiz-Pina, my friend. We have Kathy Duffy here, our president of the Democratic Women. How about those women? When Democratic women vote, Democrats win. I have literally over the last 2 weeks traveled thousands of miles all over the state of New Mexico. From the very northernest part of the state, I was up in Chama, I was in Tierra Maria, I was in Cebolla, and then I was all the way down to the southernmost part of the state, down in Sunland Park, down in La Union, La Mesa, Mesilla, Las Cruces. People on the ground are excited, they're on fire, they don't believe a single word of those polls, because they know polls don't vote Democrat. They know this election is about the future of our state. They know it's about our children. They know it's about our families who are hurting right now. They know it's about getting this economy back on track. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this over to the person who's going to get just that done, Diane Denish, our next governor.
These last 30 hours, and you're going to push us over the line. Here's what we know right now. 15,000 more Democrats have either early voted or absentee voted than Republicans. Yes. You know those lazy, infrequent voters that they say aren't going to vote? They're voting. They're voting. Walking, doing all the things we need to do, who've been out canvassing, who've been knocking on doors. Even my granddaughter yesterday, before we went trick-or-treating, was knocking on doors, getting people, and she told me everything everybody said, good and bad. That's right. So that's what's been happening the last few days, and when Brian talks about traveling thousands of miles, you know, we calculated, Justin and I calculated in the last 7 months, we've traveled 70,000 miles across New Mexico. New Mexico families, and here's what they say. They want somebody who's going to fight for their families. They want somebody who's going to be concerned about their jobs and their family struggles. Somebody who's going to protect public education. And yep, somebody who's going to fight against those powerful interests that take advantage of our families. Somebody who's going to take on those predatory lenders. Somebody's going to take on those people who want to spoil our water and our land. Yes. That's what New Mexico families want. So in the next 30 hours, our job is to make sure that we are turning out those voters, that we're reminding them. And if they get one of your calls and they say, quit calling me, say, as soon as you go vote, we'll quit. We'll quit calling you. But we know there are voters waiting to find out. The phones have been ringing off the hook to find out where their polling places are. You all are going to be knocking on doors to remind them where their polling places are. And tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m., we'll all be here once again to go out and hang those door knockers on for those voters who still haven't voted and love to vote on Election Day. Because we're ahead in the vote now. And we know on Election Day, Democrats can win. We've all seen the polls. We have internal polling that says we're in a dead heat. And what it means for us is voter turnout. If Democrats get out to vote, Democrats will win. Diane Denish and Brian Colon will win, Martin Heinrich will win, and Democrats will win up and down the tickets. New Mexico is a blue state. We're proud of being a blue state. We know how to win tough elections. Are we going to do it? Yeah! night, we're gonna have a teleconference with the President of the United States and Senator Bingaman, talking to as many voters who can get on that call, and the President's gonna remind them why 2010 is an important year, and why voting for Diane Denish and Brian Colon is absolutely critical.